Don Miguel Ruiz's The Four Agreements is a spiritual and philosophical guide to personal freedom and self-transformation. Drawing from ancient Toltec wisdom, the book outlines four essential principles, or agreements, that, if practiced consistently, can dramatically reduce personal suffering and increase joy, authenticity, and peace. Ruiz explains that much of our pain comes from false beliefs and unconscious patterns instilled in us from childhood. By becoming aware of these patterns and replacing them with new agreements, we reclaim our personal power. The domestication of humans. Ruiz opens the book by introducing the concept of domestication. From childhood, we are taught how to live, think, behave, and feel according to societal expectations. Parents, teachers, religion, and culture tell us what is right and wrong. We are rewarded when we comply and punished when we don't. Over time, we internalize these rules and form our own inner judge, who constantly assesses our worth and behavior. Alongside this judge is the victim, the part of us that feels guilt, shame, and fear from failing to meet these internalized expectations. Ruiz argues that most people live under the tyranny of these internal voices, believing lies about themselves, like "I'm not good enough," and accepting suffering as normal. However, through awareness and conscious effort, we can break this cycle and rewrite our inner agreements. That's where the four agreements come in. 1. Be impeccable with your word. This is the most important and most difficult agreement. Ruiz defines impeccability as being without sin or blame. To be impeccable with your word means to speak with integrity, truth, and kindness. It also means not using your words to hurt others or yourself. Words are powerful. They are seeds that can either create beauty or destruction. If you tell yourself, "I'm stupid," or gossip about someone, you plant seeds of negativity that influence your mind and your relationships. Conversely, when you speak with honesty and positivity, you cultivate peace, respect, and love. This agreement also means saying only what you mean and avoiding self-criticism, judgment, and blame. For example, rather than saying, "I'll never be successful," say, "I'm learning and improving every day." Key takeaway: use your words to uplift, not to poison. Speak the truth with love for yourself and others. 2. Don't take anything personally. Ruiz explains that nothing others do is really about you. It's about them, their beliefs, their wounds, and their view of the world. When someone insults you or praises you, it reflects their perception, not your worth. If you take things personally, you allow others to control your emotional state. Even compliments can trap you if you become dependent on approval. Similarly, criticism can hurt deeply if you accept it as truth. But when you don't take things personally, you become immune to others' opinions, good or bad. You stand in your own truth and stay emotionally balanced. For example, if a stranger calls you stupid, but you know you're intelligent, why take it personally? Their words are about them, not you. Key takeaway: whatever happens around you, don't make it about you. Let go of ego and reaction. 3. Don't make assumptions. We all make assumptions about what others think, feel, or intend. This leads to misunderstandings, conflict, and emotional drama. Ruiz urges readers to communicate clearly, ask questions, and never assume they know the full story. For example, if your friend doesn't return a text, you might assume they're angry or ignoring you. This assumption creates unnecessary stress. In reality, they may simply be busy or have missed your message. Instead of assuming, you could ask, "Hey, is everything okay?" Ruiz emphasizes the importance of courage in communication. Speak up, clarify, and verify rather than inventing your own narrative. Key takeaway: assumptions are the root of many problems. Clear, honest communication is the solution. 4. Always do your best. This agreement ties all the others together. It's about putting consistent effort into practicing the first three agreements. However, your best isn't fixed. It changes from day to day. Some days you'll feel energized and focused. Other days you'll be tired or distracted. The key is to do your best under the circumstances, not to be perfect. When you do your best, you avoid self-judgment, regret, and guilt. You also avoid laziness or excuses. This agreement encourages action over procrastination, responsibility over blame. Ruiz warns against using this principle to judge yourself. Doing your best means being gentle with yourself on bad days and not overdoing things on good days. Balance is key. Key takeaway: strive to do your best in every moment, not to impress others or to seek reward, but to live fully and authentically. Breaking old agreements. Ruiz explains that the 4 agreements are not just nice ideas. They are meant to replace the unconscious old agreements we made with ourselves and society. I'm not good enough. I must be perfect. Other people define my worth, etc. These old agreements were based on fear and self-rejection. The 4 agreements are based on love, truth, and freedom. Changing our agreements is not easy. It requires awareness, effort, and repetition. But as we replace fear-based beliefs with empowering ones, our suffering decreases and our inner peace grows. Ruiz compares the mind to a parasite that feeds on our fear and self-hatred. With the 4 agreements, we begin to starve this parasite and reclaim our personal power. The path to personal freedom. The 4 agreements are not just religious dogma or rigid rules. They are tools for liberation. Ruiz emphasizes that transformation is possible for anyone regardless of background. By becoming warriors of consciousness, we can challenge the lies we've been taught and create a new inner reality. He also acknowledges that failure is part of the journey. You will break the agreements many times, but each time you notice and recommit, you grow stronger. Over time, the new agreements become second nature. Ruiz ends with a message of hope. Freedom, joy, and love are available to all who are willing to unlearn fear and remember who they really are. Final thoughts. In the 4 agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz distills profound Toltec wisdom into a simple but powerful guide for living. The beauty of the book lies in its clarity and practicality. Anyone, regardless of spiritual beliefs, can apply these agreements to cultivate more peace, self-respect, and harmonious relationships. The 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, always do your best. By practicing these principles consistently, you can break free from self-imposed limitations and create a life rooted in authenticity, awareness, and love.